What do you do when you come across an elephant in the jungle?
What do you do?
You wipe it off and say sorry. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on air. Awesome. Yeah, dirty jokes, that's what we like. I thought I haven't really done many dirty jokes yet, so there we are.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mad one.
Yeah, just don't come on elephants and you're fine.
As long as you apologise, I feel like it's not so bad.
Exactly, yeah. Just say sorry. Wipe it off and say sorry, and you're fine. Before we get into... Because we've got a big topic of Meghan Markle to talk about today.
Ooh.
Before we get into that, I just want to talk about first... you know, like... You get random people add you on Facebook who are clearly bots.
What, you mean Veronica Misseltat with the massive tits from Russia...
Yeah,
doesn't actually want to be my friend.
Hey baby, wanna fuck? I'm a hot single in your area. Yes, spelled wrong. Hot single in your area, even though she's from fucking Kazakhstan or something.
10 miles away, recently divorced.
Yes. So I got one add me earlier, but it was such a genuine profile that like... And one other person in my friends list is friends with this person. So I thought, oh, maybe it's just someone that I don't know that I've added, that has added me. And as soon as she started talking to me, I knew that she wasn't a human. She goes, hey, how are you? And I said, I'm good. How are you? And then she said, I'm fine, thank you, but sorry for request because I think we do not know each other. But if you do not mind, we can know us. I live in UK. You? And I said, Jesus. I'm from UK too. And she goes, pleased and delighted to meet you. I work at McDonald's. Are you married or single?
Everyone just announces the fact they work at McDonald's.
Yeah. And I went, lovely. I'm single. And she goes, I am single, live in the apartment. Don't know where the apartment is. What do you like to do in your life? And I said, I like to drink. And then she goes, ha ha ha, everyone loves sex. What are you doing right now?
Oh, she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
She's not. I just don't know where she got that from. And I just went, ha ha ha, what? And she goes, I just took a bath, in my naked room. Would you like to see me naked? At that point, I knew she wasn't a real human. I thought at first, like, oh, maybe she just got really bad English. Then she mentioned the sex thing, and then she just said in her naked room. She got a room where you're not allowed to wear clothes.
What I don't get with this, right, is why is it when you don't know a language very well, you're still making these bots? Why not do it in a language you've mastered? Maybe
because English people are just fucking idiots. That might be it.
Do you reckon? Does it?
Yeah. Maybe. But where do they get the photos from? I mean, don't they like just steal them from random people's Facebooks?
Yeah. Well, I had that happen with me, didn't I?
Did you?
Yeah. Somebody stole my Facebook profile picture. A few of them, in fact, made an entirely new account with a different name under it. And then I got a message from a mate of mine being like, yo, somebody's just nicked all your shit.
Is this you?
And they were in a relationship with someone and everything, so they completely catfished this girl.
Oh, no.
Based on the fact that it was me, like...
You should message the girl. Actually get with her. Be like, listen, I know it didn't work out for the catfish, but I'm still a human. I'm the real deal.
They've actually done all the work for me when you think about it.
Yeah, you don't have to graft at all. You just swoop in and go.
I made. I made this bot. Just
Oh, God.
I'd love to be able to do that. Make an algorithm so good you could just talk to anyone, and like you'd amass like thousands of friends who really trust you, just based on the sick algorithm you made for chatting.
Do you think that's possible?
I don't know. I'm getting quite close to Siri at the moment.
People do the thing where they like run through some fucking bot all of like a series of books or a story or something, and then they get this bot to write like an additional story based on what it's read through. Have you seen these things?
Yeah, I've seen these things. Yeah.
And some of them are really like you can tell that they have read the entire book series. Like you do it with Harry Potter, and it's like, wow, that's actually like in the style of J.K. Rowling's writing. But it's just there's like odd bits that just don't make sense at all.
It's impressive. It's really impressive. There's algorithms that can beat chess grandmasters that are out there at the moment.
Really? Well, to be fair, that doesn't surprise me because computers are fucking clever. And the chess fucking opponent on the Mac, when you play chess on the Mac, that guy's hard to beat.
So imagine like what veteran mode is like. Literally, there is not a human being that can beat this algorithm, even though the algorithm was created by a human being.
That is insane, isn't it?
It's like weird, isn't it?
When you do a Sudoku, right? The computer always knows the next move. Do you know what I mean?
A Sudoku?
Yeah, like a Sudoku. You know the things with the numbers, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know where the next number is, like you can just press the hint button and the computer always knows what the move you can do is, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, but doesn't it already have the numbers already covered up, if you know what I mean?
No, I suppose. Is there only one way to do a Sudoku, though? To complete a thing? Or are there, like, different ways to do them?
Well, yeah, I don't know. If you're, like, midway through a Sudoku... No, I'm pretty sure there's only one way.
Oh.
Once you're, like, in a Sudoku, it's already usually been formulated and then taken apart.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's not quite as impressive as chess, then.
But the chess thing is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. Computers are... I don't know if we're ever going to get to the point where, like, we're all afraid of robots and stuff like that. But I don't want to test it. I don't want people to try and make technology too smart.
Oh, mate, of course they're going to do it. Having said that, I've worked for Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And having used their app to try and deliver parcels, I can confirm that AI isn't that much of a threat.
No, we're a long way off, I think. Like, Siri is a fucking idiot. We've got a fair bit to
go. The best logistics company in the world has a mediocre way of delivering parcels.
So quick, but still a mediocre way.
But that's thanks to the drivers rather than the app.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe sick at chess, but that's about it, really, I guess.
Yeah, you got... Is it really worth being sick at chess?
No.
It's not really a skill that I need. I went to a chess club once.
That's like when people go, yeah, I'm not racist, I've got a black friend.
That's exactly what it's like. Oh dear. my brother's black. What? How? You're white as fuck.
He must hate you. This Meghan and Harry thing, though, this has been kicking off quite profusely. I've seen all sorts of takes on this issue, especially Piers Morgan's.
Piers Morgan.
Have you seen what's happened? Have you seen what's happened to Piers Morgan?
Yeah, I have. It's so funny. So should we first let's explain everything that's going on with Meghan and Harry. What's happened?
Yeah. Okay, so Meghan and Harry went on Oprah Winfrey's show, had a little interview with her.
Yeah.
Came out and said that there was members of the royal family that were worried about Archie's skin color. Harry was saying his dad wasn't answering his calls.
Right.
All sorts was going on. All sorts were going on. And she came out, and him, into the interview and said it all on live television.
Yes.
Which has caused quite the stir.
It's quite the stir. So I've seen a lot of people talking about like most people our age very they back Meghan and Harry, don't they? And a lot of people are like, yeah, fuck yeah, they're good people. I think because Harry's just built up such a good like image. Everyone seems to love him because he seems like a down-to-earth royal for the first time ever.
It's nuts, and it's nuts. It's almost like the older generation don't like him as much. They prefer Will.
Yeah,
but
Will's boring.
The layman, well, kids our age, people our age, I should say.
Yeah,
they like Harry more just because you've seen him clubbing, you've seen him absolutely rip apart the press.
Yeah, he just seems so down to earth, and that's why we all like him. But a lot of people aren't happy with what's going on with the fact that he wants to leave the royal, or has left the royal family, and that Meghan. People think that Meghan has basically forced him to leave. A lot of people are. I don't know if you've seen the people who are analysing her body language and things in the interview and just with him in general. Yeah. They're like, there's pictures of Harry and Meghan together, and she's holding his hand, and people are like, see, this is controlling behaviour. She's steering him in a certain direction. Like, when did it become controlling to hold someone's hand?
Mate, that's the narrative, isn't it? Like, that she's coming in, this Hollywood actress is coming into the royal family and just tearing shit up.
Oh, God.
That's the other side to it, which, I mean, she is doing, but you know, in some people's opinion, it's for the good, and some people's opinions for the bad.
Yeah. And also, it's not all just her. He's obviously there. He's got a fucking tongue in his mouth. He can say that he doesn't like what she's doing if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, he could get her executed, probably, if he didn't like what she was doing.
Do you reckon that's what the Queen's going to do?
Well,
she'll just have enough, and she'll just get the beagles on him.
Honestly, if either of those two die in a car crash, then it's just obvious that the Queen did get Diana killed as well. And she's just got no way of killing another person other than car crashes. She's like, oh, it's a coincidence, Philip.
I don't know. I feel like Priscilla's behind all this.
Who's Priscilla?
Priscilla is Charles's wife.
Oh, she was the one that was with Diana. No, he was the one with. She wasn't. He was the one with Diana, right?
That would have been a fucking twist.
It would.
Some sort of weird love triangle. That would have been crazy.
That would have been mad. That's some EastEnders shit right there. So, what's happened with Piers Morgan then? Because Meghan went on Oprah and was saying about all of the mental health issues that she's suffered with the royal like within the royal family, and that she tried to get help, but they basically said that they couldn't help her or something. I didn't watch the full interview.
They told her to get on with it.
Yeah.
According to her, that's what they said.
Yes.
Piers Morgan, he just didn't believe her.
Yeah.
he wasn't buying into the message that she was giving off. That was his take. So he had a panelist. I don't know if it could have been a co-host, to be honest.
It was
I'm not entirely sure.
What, the one who was ripping into him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his colleagues.
That was one of his colleagues. And he was not taking it, man. This colleague was absolutely ripping him apart, though. Not only did he disagree with him, he took it to a personal level and tried to uncover the motives behind Piers' ideas, which is a big thing to do, really, isn't it? It's a bit crazy.
Funny.
Mate, he psychologically analysed Piers.
Yeah, he basically just went, look, Piers, I know that you used to have a friendship or relationship with Meghan, and she fucking ghosted you. She fucked you off for a prince. So that's why you're butthurt. That's essentially what he said.
And Piers was sat there and he just got up. So, I'm not taking this. I've never seen that man do that, which is crazy. No. So he's supposedly quit Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, he has. He's quit. And I saw a lot of people laughing about it and saying how ironic it was that he has been like he got reprimanded basically for about 30 seconds and then got up and said, I'm not taking this, and couldn't handle it and left, right? But for the past fucking however long he's been insulting Meghan for not being able to take it in the royal family and getting up and leaving. So he's done exactly what she did.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. You know, like if he wanted to bat his own side a bit better, he would have, taken it and made valid counter arguments. But fully, Ben Shapiro does. I don't know if you saw the Ben Shapiro interview with Oh, it was some British interviewer, and he was on it, and he just couldn't take the heat, and he just left the interview, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this top arguer, this top guy." The voice of reason has walked out of the room.
It's funny, isn't it? They can give it out, but they can't take it. Like Piers was saying on an interview about why he quit Good Morning Britain. He was saying that, I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe that everyone should is entitled to their own opinion and should be able to share their opinion. And I'm of the opinion that Meghan was lying in that interview and everything like that. And a lot of people were commenting on that, saying how it's funny that a man who says that he believes in freedom of speech and everyone should have an opinion shits on every other person's opinion that is not the same as his. And
I can kind of get that though, because he's shitting on their opinions, but he's voicing his. But with this, he's heard an opinion and just left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's had an opinion that he hates so much that it's forced him to leave the room. Which kind of goes against the whole free speech thing. Because, if you advocate for free speech, you have to be okay with the idea that people are going to say shit that you don't like.
Exactly.
And he clearly doesn't like it when people say shit that he doesn't like.
He's just he's a little bitch.
And it is quite funny, people who advocate freedom of speech. Because they do have a tendency to do that. It's like, it's like they're justifying their ideas with it. But it's like they can't hear the other side. It's crazy.
Exactly. They then insult other people's freedom of speech. Like they're all for freedom of speech when they're allowed to say what they want. But as soon as someone says something they disagree on, they're like, no.
They're happy to censor that shit.
Yeah.
More than happy to censor that shit.
I can never predict what Piers Morgan's going to say, because on some things he's so right. But then on other things, he's completely fucking wrong. And I can never predict what side he's going to take.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy because you usually got your left wing, your right wing. People generally split down one or the other.
Exactly.
Like your Katie Hopkins, you're pretty sure what she's going to say.
Yeah, exactly. But Piers is he's on one day, everyone agrees with him. And they're to be fair, Piers is a knob usually. But I really agree with him on this. But I don't know. You just can't fucking predict what that man's going to do.
With this though, I think it's just going to play right into his hands. I think it's gone exactly how he's wanted it to go in a lot of ways.
Really?
Because he's very much like Katie Hopkins, being in the entertainment industry. They want that attention. They know that what they're going to say is going to be controversial.
Yes.
Very
true.
And they kind of feed off the hatred. They use the hatred to propel their own careers. Because you'll get a split of people. They got this fan base that worships them, and then you'll get the people who just absolutely despise them, and they can use them both to make money. Especially with everything being online, it's all just clickbait for them. Here we are talking about it.
Exactly. Yeah, we've fallen right into the fucking trap, haven't we?
That's what they live for.
Yeah.
Which is the worst part of when I ever see Katie Hopkins in the news. It's I don't want to give her that.
But I do also want to talk about it because she's fucking ridiculous.
What she's saying is it's a take you don't hear very often, which makes it interesting. By nature, even if it's wrong. It's like Trump. The shit he was saying, you may disagree with it, you hate it, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was exciting almost. It was exciting. It'd make you feel such deep either hatred or support.
That's true, yeah. I mean, with the Katie Hopkins thing, that when that whole interview came out with her with Phil and Holly, where she was insulting baby names and saying that, I think naughty children have naughty names and everything, and she says she'd never name her kid anything to do with with food or locations. Yeah. And Philip was like, well, your kid's called India. And she looked like a fucking fool. But that made me want to watch the entire interview because I thought it was funny as fuck.
That's it. That's why you watch Trump speeches.
Yeah. I remember though, when that interview came out, this is a fucking controversial, but when that interview came out about her insulting baby names, at the time, because it came out quite a while ago,
Yeah.
At the time, I sort of agreed with her, and I was like, yeah, fucking. There are some names where like just every kid is a twat. But that's just because of the school that I went to, and that was like, yeah, fucking every person that I knew called that was a dick. But that's babies can't choose their own names. It's not their fault.
But like, I actually have read about this a bit. So, there was a study done on why in like poorer demographics in America were naming their kids certain names, even though it was proven that kids with certain names weren't doing as well, if you know what I mean. So like there were certain cultures within America, like the poor areas of America, where certain names are more popular.
Right.
Like trying to think of an example. I can't remember the examples they were giving.
Eminem.
But it was like poor black neighborhoods had names. I think it was like Shaniqua and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
these names like statistically weren't making as much money in their life, and so people were wondering, why are these parents giving these kids these names when they're going to be associated with not doing as well in life? Like, why not call your kid something that statistically makes more money, right?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I do, but then it's like anyone can make money. It doesn't really matter on the name. Elon Musk, what fucking name is that?
But certain judgments came about because of these names in those neighborhoods and in that culture. That the kid would be judged from day one. That was the point. So if you gave a kid like a smarter name, like socially considered smarter name, I'm saying.
Yeah.
According to certain, because people do stereotype stuff.
They do.
And so if you're giving a kid a name that's going to be stereotyped negatively in the eyes of corporate America, why give your kid that name? That was the question.
Gotcha.
And the answer was, in the end, that they found out it was because of the culture. They'd rather the respect of the people around them. They wanted the kid to fit in with the people that they associated with. So they'd be more accepted within those communities, but they'd be frowned upon in others.
So, like, if you gave a kid a ghetto name, they'd be respected in the ghetto, but not in, like, the main society.
Yeah, exactly. You get a ghetto kid called, let me think, what's the... like Michael, or I don't know. I try to think of the poshest name I can think of.
Okay.
Like Gregory. If you called a ghetto kid Gregory,
well, they'd be beaten the fuck out of.
Like, they're just gonna get ripped to shreds.
I think Gregories get beaten up anyway, don't they?
But if you give like a white kid with rich parents in America the name Gregory, like that's that's standard.
Yeah, I do see what that. I get that point. That's why you should go for just a generic, normal name. Something that is used by
Jessica.
Yeah, like Josh.
That's it. Or just do what Elon Musk's done and just give it just a name from fucking space.
Yeah.
Name of like one of his favorite planes, I think.
Yeah, just call it fucking name it after a spacecraft. Call him Apollo. So me and I'm in a little group chat with some people who we sometimes just have controversial conversations just to see what each other's opinions are. And I've got a couple of questions for you. Okay. See what your opinions are. What is your opinion on Facetune? Is it wrong to Facetune your photos for Instagram? Like for a woman to, like, basically Photoshop their face to make it look better?
Yeah, but
essentially,
yeah. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with that, but when you consider makeup, makeup is exactly the same thing.
Yes. See, I agree. I think there's nothing fucking wrong with it.
Yeah.
But then there's the argument of like it's damaging for influencers. It's damaging for younger girls to see this and think that they should look like that and everything.
Yeah. But that's the argument of like, like, should people not work out because you're going to feel worse because they've got a nicer body? Like,
Yeah, exactly. This is a weird argument, isn't it? And it's like, then it's like, should YouTubers not edit any of their videos and just show the raw cut footage, because otherwise you're going to think that your life should be as fun as theirs because they're only showing you the good bits.
Exactly. It's a strange argument. I used to buy into this whole social media makes you think that you're doing nothing in your life, which it kind of does, but that's not because social media is bad. It's because you're a retard.
It's like,
you know what I mean? Like, obviously no one's gonna post their everyday shit, like just feeding the dog, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, what's the issue with making your life look cooler on Instagram? I don't understand. Like,
it's supposed to save up all the memories, isn't it? Like, that's the whole point of it, is like taking cool photos of your life. Like,
exactly.
Nobody wants to see the crap photos as well.
No, exactly. You know what I mean? And
like,
it's not even just to show off for other people. It's so that you can look back on your own Instagram as well and be like, fuck yeah, I had a cool life. Exactly. And you're not going to want to look back on the shit parts, are you? Like, you pictures of you crying in your bedroom.
The day you couldn't be bothered to get out of bed, so you just sat there just eating chocolate. Like,
yeah,
that's not, it's not photograph worthy. It's not memory worthy. Like,
no. So like, there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with face tuning either. Like, not that that's something you can look back on and go, oh, look how good I looked, because you didn't look like that because you edited it. But still, it's like, do what you fucking want. It's your picture, it's your face. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. I completely agree. With like the way the world is going, the tools are going to be so advanced that you're going to have to accept it. Like, it's going to be a part of life. You think about what can already be done through Snapchat filters at the moment. Like, imagine what they're going to be able to do in like 10 or 20 years.
Exactly. And it's like fucking having a good haircut or having a good beard trim or wearing makeup. That's basically the same as photoshopping or face tuning your picture, because you're changing your appearance to make you look the way you want to look. Yeah,
it's almost as if we haven't adjusted to the digital age in a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people are far behind.
It's like we can't accept that there is this separate world where pretty much everything is made up and not real. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much all just there with like, there's obviously some information or whatnot, but a lot of like all the social stuff's fake.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird world. Like, mate, it's gonna be crazy. I keep thinking about how in like 100 years' time, they're gonna look at the time that social media was invented and be like, wow, they did not know what they were doing.
It's funny actually looking back on
what they made.
Yeah, it's funny looking back on early social media now already and seeing how different it was.
The memes I used to find funny back in the day, I'll tell you.
I know, what the hell?
I literally get on Facebook, it's like 7 years ago, you posted this meme, and I'm like, oh my God.
To be fair though, that's more of a sign of the fact that we were young at the time, I think. But just the way people just used to say whatever they wanted on social media. And people used to use Facebook to actually tell people about their lives and what they did in that day.
Yeah, literally. It was almost like a diary.
Yeah. It's like, Charlie is feeling happy.
And then you get all these likes for it, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, and
maybe if I write certain things, people will like it more. Or maybe if I post a picture of me in a certain way, people will like it more. And then you like fine tune yourself almost, don't you?
Do you remember when you used to be in like middle school? I didn't actually have Facebook, but I used to look at other people's Facebooks, and I scrolled back on quite a few people's Facebooks now on their old photos and seen comments on there. People used to do that thing, like there would be one girl in each school who would go like, oh my God, can I edit this photo? And then they'd go away and just edit some really shitty filter on it with like some words on the screen, like flash fucking glitter words. And they'd be like, oh my God, can I edit this photo? And then you'd see the next photo on the person's profile picture is that photo. There's just a really shit edited version of it. And they thought, I don't know what they thought. They thought they were fucking Picasso, like proper artists.
They just stuck live, laugh, laugh in the fucking top corner of the street. And there's like the 4 quadrants of photos, and it's just your photo in different colours at each quadrant. It's just crazy.
Or they've just put some fake shades on there. You know them the plastic shades with the like grills. They look like blinds.
The acorn shades. Yeah, mate, those were cool as fuck back in the day.
They were the original clout goggles, weren't they?
God. Oh, bro, only the swaggiest of the swag could wear them. That's for
Oh,
sure.
yes. Oh, it's so funny.
Not to be messed with.
Did you have MSN?
I did, but when I was young, I must have been about 8 or 9 maybe.
I mean, I had it in middle school, and that was the peak of social media. I think social media will never get better than MSN. I don't know why it was such an incredible time for the internet, especially when you're at school as well. It was like the thing we all needed, because no one had phones where we could just text each other in group chats and shit like we do now.
Yeah.
And MSN would never work now either, because you can just fucking talk to people on Facebook and everything. But it was such a great, because you could go in massive group chats, you could change your name, have your own little. You didn't even have a profile. You just had your name and a tiny little bio thing, didn't you? And
Mate, and that's why you had like special gifts. Do you remember?
Yeah, you could set emoticons to, like, say you wanted to change your smiley face to something else, you could do that, and you'd get the people who would change every single letter on the keyboard to a different emoticon. So they'd type something and it'd be like a massive A and then a tiny little fucking flashy B and a C that was actually a Pac-Man.
Oh my god, trying to read that thing was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It
was funny because that shit was you'd have rare ones as well. So
it was like collecting Pokemon, wasn't it?
It was like you'd have this special GIF and everyone would be like, "Whoa, how's he got that?
Like,
how's he got that? Where's he got that from?"
Yeah, and one guy would have it, and you'd be like, "Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from?" And it was because he had like a friend in a different school, or that he knew from Scouts or something. That he got sent around, God. And then it just took over the entire school. This one emoticon.
It was weird, yeah. It was weird. Such a weird time.
Mate, MSN was so good. The best thing...
sorry, you carry on.
Oh, I was going to say, the best thing about MSN was the fucking... Because you used to add people with emails, didn't you? And you'd have chain emails going around, and they were all terrifying. It was like...
Oh my God.
It was to tell this whole story, and then at the bottom it was like, if you don't send this on to every single one of your contacts, then... like your mum's gonna die.
And everyone like, oh no.
Yeah. They would keep me up at night, those fucking things. I remember I sent a chain email around once because I had a friend who didn't have many friends, and like a lot of people found him annoying, but I really liked him. And I sent a chain email around to everyone on my list saying, "Oh, come on, I'm going to change the name." But I was like, "Come on, give Drew a chance. Like everyone just be a bit nicer to him. He's a nice guy, really." And I was like begging people to be his friend. And I know, I was a good mate. And I fucking still stand by that got him friends, because he became quite popular. I'll tell you who it is later on, but...
I'm intrigued.
He became quite popular in school, and everyone hated him in middle school.
But was that through MSN?
Yeah, I sent a chain email around on MSN.
That's brilliant.
I know.
Oh my god, I bet imagine if you did that now. Like, if I sent an email...
got all your Facebook friends in a group chat.
He's a really nice guy. Let me tell you a bit about him.
Give him a chance. What am I? What a wingman, though.
This is his high score on Mario Kart. Oh my days, that's funny.
Oh, honestly, it was so great. But yeah, MSN. You used to get a girlfriend on there for fucking 2 days.
Oh, absolutely.
Put them in your little personal message.
Just, like, as soon as I got a phone, I had a girlfriend, pretty much. Because you could actually just text people that weren't in your local vicinity.
Exactly, and you could be smooth as hell on text. Or you'd think you were, but looking back, you're probably cringy.
Say the most audacious stuff.
Yeah,
I swear people are like that, though, aren't they? Like the way they talk over text, you see them in real life, and it's like you wouldn't say that to my face.
No, definitely. Oh man, MSN.
Way too much confidence. Good. I think it was someone messaged. It was someone from the UFC got messaged on Twitter. He got tweeted at. And it was like, "Oh, bro, you were absolute shit in this fight." And this guy messaged the UFC fighter messaged back, and he said, would you say this to me in real life? And the guy who said the hate comment was like, obviously not. That's why I'm saying it behind a keyboard. You fucking kill me in real life.
It's true. We're all keyboard warriors, aren't we?
Yeah.
Look at us.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, do you remember PictoChat though?
PictoChat on the DS. You'd get on a fucking school trip. Did you ever bring your DS on the bus when you go on a school trip in middle school?
Bro, you'd be playing Mario Kart with like 12 people.
You'd have half the bus playing Mario Kart, and the other half who couldn't fit on the game would be on PictoChat, just fucking scribbling in the whole screen, and they're writing in the rubber.
Mate, that was when we transitioned out of sending notes.
Yeah, and you get on PictoChat.
Like, I used to pass notes in class back in the day, but as soon as the DS came along,
yeah, this is new technology.
New era.
That bus ride would be so good. Fucking, I was never that good at Mario Kart, especially on a bus full of kids who were good at Mario Kart. But it was so much fun. It was crazy. That was the first ever great competition I ever got into. Would be bus Mario Kart.
Mate, it was difficult. It was difficult at times.
And you used to be able to change your name on the DS on PictoChat. So we'd change our name to our science teacher, be like Mr. Blay, and then send some raunchy shit to other people. And everyone knew that it wasn't him, but it would just make us all laugh and be like, what a pedo.
Goodness me. Oh, mate. That just reminds me of FIFA forfeits. I used to play FIFA forfeits when it was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And back then, what you'd do is you'd take the other person's phone, just text like whoever you wanted out of their phone.
Yeah.
And you get the most awful stuff. Like my mate text my other mate's mum through my phone. Ooh. When he won a game of FIFA, and it was like, I'm in the bathroom, I'm thinking of you.
Oh no.
And I was like, gee.
Because there's no coming back for that.
Woman. It's tough. It's not easy, I tell you.
Even though you can explain that it was just your mate and you were all joking and it was a bet or whatever, a forfeit. Yeah. But then still, next time you see them, you know that it's on both of your minds that the thought has come across that you two have shagged. You know what I mean?
It's like, the possibility of it has been voiced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly that. Like, you used to go on sleepovers and we'd all just give each other our phones, just like say, okay, you can't message this person, do what you like.
Yeah, you'd have a list of people you're not allowed to message, but then everyone else is free for all.
Mate, it was actually carnage. Like, if you do that now, that'd be people's lives just ruined. Like,
it would. Especially, I don't have anyone on my fucking phone contacts. You'd have to go through my Facebook or something.
Oh my god.
But that'd be even worse, because on your phone contacts, like, you used to, at least you'd had some form of relation with like each person on your contacts. But if you just got someone to message a random person on your Facebook contacts that you've never spoken to and say like, I've been thinking about you.
It wouldn't just be that though. Like, you'd get like whole paragraphs.
Yeah.
It'd be like a whole paragraph, like, hi, I know, and it'd be quite convincing, but hi, I haven't spoken to you. I know I haven't spoken to you in a while, but I've really been suppressing these feelings, and it's about time that I feel like I expressed them. You know, I used to look at you at the back of science. It'd be like some girl that he's never spoken to before.
Yeah. Or someone really ugly as well. Like, they would never ever be together, but it would just be funny.
It wasn't interested in her in the slightest. And she'd be like, oh no, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is this actually you?
Oh god, that'd be the worst. It'd be that's like the original Send to All. Michael McIntyre's Send to All, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we used to stitch each other up way more. That's why watching that Send to All thing seems really tame to me, because they don't go all out and like completely ruin the person's life.
Yeah. I know what you mean. There's always something ridiculous, isn't it, on Michael McIntyre?
Yeah. But I think the appeal is that it's usually a celebrity who's got fuckloads more celebrities in their phone contacts, so it's funny to listen to what like The Rock would reply.
Yeah, true. Better than your mate Dave. Like.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my god, mate.
Mate, it was crazy. It was actually quite self-destructive. It really was quite self-destructive.
It was, but I love how savage like fucking lads are with each other.
Mate, teenage boys are...
I love it. I miss it a lot because I haven't like.
Yeah, same.
I obviously haven't seen you in a while, and like I haven't seen the boys in ages, and I miss just absolutely ripping the shit out of each other, but knowing that you all love each other really, but just being horrible to each other.
It is. It would just be brutal.
It's so good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like you just feel like the testosterone flow, and everyone's just killing each other.
Yeah, but it's all in good spirits.
You're having a great time doing it. You're having a great time doing it.
And then nothing is off the cards either. You can say some fucking horrible shit that you would never say to anyone else.
Yeah. Under certain circumstances, it's beautiful. It's really like it's a rite of passage in many ways.
It is. It's fucking good fun. I miss it. Can't wait for COVID to fuck off, man.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it.
June 1st, June 21st, June 21st.
Fingers crossed. Big up Boris. Come on.
Come on,
deliver, son.
BJ.
Deliver.
Right, is it time for the questions?
I think it might just be, my man.
Wonderful. I've had a great time this episode. I'm in a great mood.
This has been very pleasant.
We only had 2 talking points as well.
Mate. It's nice just after a long day of working to just like sit down and
chat with your buddy.
Yeah.
It is.
Just kick back. So the scene for this week is let me think. Okay, so you're a ballet dancer.
Okay.
And I'm an overly strict Russian coach.
I'm expecting an accent.
All right, I should expect one as well then.
What accent am I?
Russian, obviously.
Oh, we're both Russian.
We're in Russia.
Okay.
This is where all the best ballet dancers made.
Russia.
I don't know if that's true. I just said it. Okay. Oh,
okay.
Jesus.
Vodka. Okay. I'm just Nikolai.
Get to the job.
Get to the job. Nikolai.
Okay. Is that all you've got?
What more can I give?
Can you try harder?
What am I supposed to be doing?
Wouldn't the baby be better than you?
Why would a baby be better?
Have you even been trained in this profession?
Isn't that what we're doing now?
Why are you asking so many questions?
Aren't you the professional?
Am I?
Are you?
Can you show me a pirouette?
How was that?
Can you do it one more time, please?
Are you ready?
For a pirouette?
Did you see?
Have you had enough of the pirouette?
Didn't you enjoy it?
I'll give you that, son. I'll give you that. I feel like by the time we came to an end with that one.
I'd like to see what I looked like when I did that. I was like trying to do a pirouette, but I can't spin all the way around, so I'm like...
Oh, I wish I had you on the screen at the time.
Oh, mate, funny as fuck. Right, thanks for listening, everyone. Use the hashtag #GetLostOnAir. If you ever get bored or lonely, just remember to get lost. That was really sad.